Yo, welcome to episode 3 of the 9110 Voice Pod. I'm your host, D Davis, joined again by my man's Malachi.
Yes,
How you
sir.
living, bro?
Back
How you
again.
living?
Good, man. Good.
We're gonna do
Just
something a little
grinding out.
different. They talk about traditional sports. We talk about WWE, something we've both been passionate about since forever. Um, we was kind of talking about it off camera, but just to get some of this stuff documented, let's talk about guys who are really over right now. So it ought to be guys like it ought to be the best guys in the company. But I'll jump it off. Slightly disappointed with the LA Knight downward trend. Because do you remember it took LA
Mm,
Knight so long to get that US title, and I felt like he just lost it quickly. But
yeah.
when LA Knight was coming out, the crowds was they was lit, they was vibing, everybody was saying yeah, like
Yeah.
how do you feel about LA Knight, man? I saw LA Knight lose the other day.
Um.
I'm like, damn, like this dude was literally working his way not towards like main eventer, but he should have been at the top of the mid card for
Oh.
sure. I know
Nah,
he
for
got hurt
sure.
last year, but
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I definitely think, honestly, I do feel like in the beginning when I first seen him, because I was really starting to get back in heavy wrestling, and LA Knight was like if if you didn't watch wrestling like or kept up with wrestling at all, and when last year when LA Knight was, I feel like making our kind of like towards a run, him and AJ Styles going at it. I feel like they were starting to push him towards a main event. I feel like he had main eventer momentum. I should say like he wasn't there yet, but like kind of like how Jey Uso right now, he had momentum to be a main eventer.
yeah.
I feel like they were pushing him for that, and I feel like even now, I think mid card might be where he could be at, and probably stay at for a while. But I definitely think he has potential, and he's definitely like say he's worked hard to get there. I think he's even worked hard to even be in the WWE. I think I remember hearing a story where he was like, and in other companies and stuff like that, and been wanting to be in WWE for like years, grinding, tried out, didn't get it, didn't get it, didn't get it, recycled. But
He joined WWE like pretty late in his life. I mean, he's not like
yeah,
he's not about to die, but
nah,
most of
yeah,
these
yeah, for
guys
sure.
they join like in mid to late 20s. Like LA Knight was like mid to late 30s,
Nah, yeah,
and
he was
he's
getting
in
there.
phenomenal shape, and he got excellent mic skills over with the
Yeah.
crowd, man.
Not for sure, for sure. So I think there's going to be a time period where he wins a world championship, but I just don't think that's going to be, probably in the near future. Maybe like can't be too far away, but I definitely think a run is coming his way. Um, but I think on the latest episode of SmackDown, it's obviously we know WrestleMania Jacob Fatu has it, and I do feel like they're going to have a little something, going on, but we'll see. We'll see what his future. Like I said, I definitely feel like he's getting underused for sure.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they're kind of pushing LA Knight out of the way because there's some guys. Granted, like Fatu, he's over. Like you see the way they was cheering for him. Like I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whoa.
He over for real.
He
And
is
honestly, I
over
didn't
right now,
expect
which
that.
is crazy. It's
Like,
crazy, man.
and it's so crazy because like I feel like Sokoa was definitely over, but it's like since Jacob Fatu was brought in, and it's like I don't even think WWE knew like that this was going
What
to
they was
happen.
getting, no,
Yeah,
he's
but
so for his size, he is super athletic, man.
yeah, and then like the storyline with them, I definitely think Jacob Fatu is starting to, become more on his own. He's probably gonna overtake Solo, um, especially like I said, it's just he has the more momentum than Solo does right now. Even though I like Solo, he's entertaining, he's great on the mic, he's a good wrestler too. Um, but I definitely think Jacob Fatu is about to make a run, and I think in the future he'll probably be a world champion too. And I feel like he I'll save that take for maybe another talk. Another
Okay.
talk.
Just for full disclosure, Chad. I'm trying to get more into the SmackDown shows. I didn't have cable, so I haven't been watching SmackDown. But I've been a
Yeah,
Raw. I've been a Raw guy since it came to Netflix. But that SmackDown roster is loaded, man. I mean, because even a guy like Carnell Hayes is real talented. I'm not gonna
yeah,
say he's excellent on the mic, but he's definitely better on the mic than most people on the roster. And we'll see bro like once a month. So it's just the amount
yeah.
of talent that W has right now is arguably at like the all time high. But they haven't had this much talent since maybe like '07, '08. You got
Nah,
the
I
'07,
agree.
'08. It was like RVD was like made like RVD
Mid
was mid
card.
card. RVD was amazing, bro. But
Yeah, he's over for sure. He was always over. Yeah, nah, I definitely agree. Like I feel like I remember back in the day, like we would be, it'd be Monday Night Raw, and we got freaking Undertaker versus Triple H in a freaking steel
like
cage
still
match.
cage,
Like
man.
what? Like those were the days, man. I feel like you're right. Like a lot of these storylines and a lot of these characters are being built more. I feel like over this last period, it was a lot of repetitive, like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, were kind of the guys, and rightfully so. But I just don't feel like there was a lot of character development for everybody else. And like, obviously, we went through the PG era, and I just feel like it was just some of us older fans were kind of like, kind of steered us away from it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but now it's just because I don't even watch
It's back.
NXT. But even when I come across NXT stuff, I'm like, man, they got guys in NXT too, like Trick Williams.
Yeah, nah,
Like
yeah,
Trick,
for sure.
I'm like, how long Trick Williams gonna be on NXT before he gets caught up to the main card? But then if he gets caught up to the main card, it's like, all right, he's gonna be a
Or
mid, a
what he's
mid.
gonna do? Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm
it's
saying.
it's.
So
I, it'd be interesting how they implement him into the storyline because, you know, I mean, it's a talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's a problem in W. I think they really do just go by talent and who works hard, and it just so happens who's over. But a lot of brothers, don't get that opportunity like to become world championship champions and stuff like that. But I feel like Trick is definitely one of the people who could elevate, and become, one of the next, you know, world champions that are, black.
yeah, because I mean, I haven't watched I haven't watched an episode of NXT from start to finish. But Trick Williams,
Mm,
just from somebody that doesn't really know him, obviously he has a frame. Obviously he has mic skills. Obviously he has technical skills. I don't just from an outside perspective, I don't know what Trick Williams is lacking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he this dude has everything
yeah,
you want in a main
for
eventer.
sure. For sure.
So
The only thing that could be lacking is whatever going on backstage. Because like out when he's out there in the ring
like he's
performing,
over with
he's
the fans
yeah,
yelling whoop that
he's
trick. Like it's cool, man. It's a
like I say, he's
vibe.
entertaining. He's
And
entertaining for sure.
we seen them hang with like actual WWE guys too. Like it was cool when Uso was Intercontinental Champion, he went down NXT. Like it was like
Wrestling.
just vibes, yeah, man.
Yeah, and same with Javante. I think it's pronounced the name. I think he's pretty talented too. He's definitely entertaining to watch. I don't think he's as over as Trick and as good on the mic as Trick, but I definitely think he's very fun to watch. And he had that match with Randy. He had a match with Randy Orton when NXT was in St. Louis.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good match. It was a pretty good match.
Like he actually was like hanging with him.
Yeah, yeah. They was definitely they put on a good work. They he his finisher is like I'm pretty sure it's the like 450 frog splash or like some type of splash, and Randy Orton caught him with the pop up.
Jeez.
It was cool. It was good. It was a good match. It was a good match. So I definitely think he got potential too. And there's some other guys down there too that definitely have some potential. Like you said, it's just the amount of talent that WWE have right now is insane. And then they also just got this new program with the like with luchadors wrestling. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called right now, and that's crazy. But basically another one is coming soon.
Um, so we talk about people that's over right now. Like obviously, like Braun Breaker is pretty over, but
Yeah,
it seems like he's not gonna be in the title picture because of this stuff with Seth Rollins. How long was Braun in NXT? Was it a couple years or was it only a year? I thought he was in NXT pretty short before he got
no,
called up.
I do feel like it was pretty short. I feel like it was just a year, maybe two. It was at most 2 years for sure.
How do you feel
I'm
about Braun Breaker? Because when I saw him first, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when I first saw Braun
there you go.
Breaker, I was like, all right, this is a brute, he's athletic, whatever. But now, from when we first seen him, when he was spearing everybody, to like what he is now, I'm not saying he's Kurt Angle, but you can see the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like now, obviously he's over with the people, people's barking and everything.
Oh
Like, what's
yeah,
your
for
thoughts on
sure.
Braun Breaker? What's your thoughts? What was your some thoughts when you seen him on was it Monday night? Like, I remember I texted you about it. I was like, yo, tell me what you think about the person that
No,
helps out
yeah.
Seth Rollins because you had saw it after I had watched it.
Yeah, like we talked about it a little bit. I was definitely surprised. I
I was like,
definitely
what?
unpredictable. Like I said, I feel like this could go two ways. It's either going to be like unpredictable, amazing, like this is like yo, they're genius. However, they're plotting this storyline, or like this is about to flop,
Yeah,
like
because it's like, are we about to do
absolutely
a
kill
tag?
Braun
Is this about to be like
Breaker's
a tag
character.
team match next week between the four of them? Like, is it gonna be like Seth and Braun versus CM Punk and Roman, or is it gonna be like 1v1, 1v1?
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
I don't know how
because
it's
you
gonna
got
be.
four individual stars, like I just hate when they be like, oh, like, let's put them in a tag match, but there's actually no tag team chemistry. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna do my
Yeah.
stuff, I'm gonna tag you in, you're gonna do your stuff, finish the match.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it could be pretty good. I think it has the potential because, like, Braun Breaker obviously being a rising star, being in the ring with these elite guys,
Yeah.
CM Punk, Roman Reigns, like he's gonna learn a lot, and obviously them working together, they're gonna spend time together, probably backstage and making sure everything good and figuring out, you know, like I said, I'm sure he's gonna learn a lot and hopefully he takes the opportunity good, and hopefully the storyline is successful. Because I do feel like the storyline, like I said, if it fails, like I definitely think it'd be like I don't know how they would throw Braun Breaker's character back in. Like it's definitely a high risk, high reward kind of storyline for Braun Breaker. I mean, I'm sure he was. I'm pretty sure I'm sure he was told like I don't think he has the type of influence where he can influence the storyline, but I don't know. Like I said, that it was definitely surprising, and I can't wait to see what happens next for sure.
Couple more things when we talk about
But
guys that's currently over. Your world champion, main event Jay Uso,
yes, sir.
which is weird because main event Jay, main event Jay Uso is the main event on Raw. Main event Jay Uso did the main event WrestleMania. The main event
Yeah,
on Raw is arguably Seth Rollins.
yeah,
So
man.
if you was not Adam Pearce, but the real guys behind the scenes,
Yeah,
are we getting the title back towards Seth Rollins, Punk, or is it a good thing that we have these other great storylines that's not based around the title? But it's just weird because us growing up, we always finish the show seeing the WWE champion or the world champion. And it's like
yeah,
with Uso, it's just like we see Uso literally in the middle of the show. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like we literally
Nah,
see
for sure.
Uso. It's like the hour and a half mark. It's like, oh, here's your world champion, Jey Uso. I'm like, he's not getting the respect of other
Yeah,
champions.
he definitely not. Like, oh, so I definitely feel that. Like, I feel like they're definitely downplaying his world championship, and I think it's just at the end of the day because of the momentum he has right now was so unexpected and he's so over. But it's like I don't think he really has the true aspects of what they're looking for in a champion. So, we talked about it a little bit, but it's like, you know, in the history of WWE, the Royal Rumble winner always main evented WrestleMania. And this year, for some reason, they had Jey Uso start WrestleMania. And, surprisingly, I feel like it was a pretty good match, but it's like, with that, I feel like you said, it's like we should be seeing the world champion, the Royal Rumble winner is supposed to be his year, you know. But obviously, we know John Cena is supposed to be his year, his retirement and stuff like that. So I guess maybe poor timing, maybe I don't know, but he still could have main evented Saturday.
He could have made a Vince
But
had a casino wrestle on Sunday like that. That's
right,
the whole thing we're talking about, you know.
right. So and then like even coming in, like you said, like the next day on Raw, John Cena opened and Jey Uso was in the middle, and CM Punk and their storyline and all them was the end. To close the show. It's like I I remember when Jeff Hardy had his celebration after he won his championship on Monday Night Raw.
Talk
Came
about it.
in
Talk about it,
like,
man. Listen,
bro,
listen.
you
If I
can't.
had,
Jey Uso should have had something like that. I'm not gonna lie,
he didn't even
because
get pyro. He didn't even get any fireworks.
nothing, man.
It,
Like
it
I
might
feel
be like a
like,
Vegas thing. I don't know. Like I don't know if they was in a stadium or an arena, but it
nah, I
just I'm
think it
like
was
he could
open.
get 80 fireworks in there,
Nah, they
or like
they
or at least like
definitely.
the sparkle stuff that comes off like above the ring. But because when
Nah.
Hardy won the
That,
title at Armageddon in '08. I remember this because I
Armageddon.
watch this video once a year. The next night on Monday Night Raw, when he came back to Raw, it was like 5 minutes of fireworks,
Bro,
confetti. His
you
music was playing forever. Like it was like this
it
dude has
was a
won the.
it was a true Sorry to cut you off. That was a
Nah, nah, you
true
good.
that was a WrestleMania type. victory
And he didn't
like
even win the title at WrestleMania. He
celebration.
won it at Armageddon. Like it was like everybody in the
Crazy.
world was just we was just lit, man. Like
We
that.
was lit,
That's how you
man.
celebrate a guy that's like literally worked his ass off for
To
years. And it's
exactly.
like Uso had a similar timeline. It's like, all right, just keep coming up short, keep coming up short. Like he finally got it. And
Yeah,
then I mean, yeah, I mean, granted, his song, when the fans were yeeting to it, but it was just
they do that every night. They
nothing
do
was
that
compared to
every
that
night.
Jeff Hardy. Every it's just I'm like it's every night, man.
Like I said, that I definitely feel like it's definitely underwhelming run for Jey Uso. I don't think he's going to be a world champion for long. I definitely think they're going to let this storyline with Paul Heyman and switching over with Roman Reigns and CM Punk and all that. I don't know where it's going to go. I honestly don't, but I definitely think they're going to play on with that, and then probably whoever comes on top of that will get the world championship shot. Now, I don't know if he will still be the world champion. I think personally that Gunther will probably end up getting it back, but I don't. I
Interesting.
that's what I think would happen, and I feel like I think Gunther for the writers and the people, the people who create, the storylines and stuff. I felt like they just love Gunther, and I like Gunther too. I think he's a great heel, but I just don't think they're set on Jey Uso. But he's just so over. He's undeniable right now, where he has to have a championship run, and I don't think he'll. I'm not gonna say that. Because I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I just don't think he's going to be someone who wins multiple championships.
I think it's
And
interesting. My fault.
no, you're good. And I just feel like I don't know. Obviously I'm not a wrestler, so I don't know how the thought process. And like everyone wants to be a world champion, but for me, I'd rather be the greatest tag team ever than be, I was a champion one time and also am one of the best, tag teams of all time too, one of the best. But like they were on the path where they could have been the best tag team.
Yeah, I don't like when people hate on the tag division. I'm like, it's still pretty impressive being,
Yeah, not for
like the
sure,
Hardy Boys. Like the Hardy Boys are legendary for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
for sure. And I feel like tag team wrestling is definitely slept on, like especially like working aspect. I didn't honestly know this until like I like looked into it more, like in terms of watching podcasts. Some of these wrestlers, like Undertaker, does a podcast, like he talks about it. It's like there's a craft to tag team wrestling. Like not anybody can just be a tag team wrestler. Like
Exactly.
you have you that story tag team storylines are very fragile. Like you got more people working it. It can easily mess up if someone gets hurt. It's
Less
like,
ring time for everybody.
yep.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like I said, I definitely feel like it probably been better if they would have just kept being tag teams and just let somebody else from the family become a world champion. But like Solo, I feel like Solo could have had that maybe been a champion. In terms of their family. I think Solo is their brother too. Um, but I don't know. That's just how I feel about it
I
personally.
think it was interesting having Gunther on Monday night, but instead of addressing like, oh, I want a rematch at Backlash, he attacks the announcers for shit talking them basically. And
Yeah, that was
it's
kind of
like
weird.
it's interesting from a writing standpoint. I'm like, all right, well, are we gonna just because it doesn't happen all the time, but there are some times where they're literally just a rematch. It's just like, all right, the guy loses the championship and just
Moving
who's
on
next?
to
You know what I'm saying?
next
So I
one.
wonder. I know you're big on getting Gunther again the title back, but they might be setting somebody else up because obviously they wasn't going to interrupt Jey Uso's celebration, if you want to call it celebration. But
Right.
I'm maybe
I don't
hopefully
know.
Monday night because it looks like we're leaning towards him not even defending the title at Backlash. I think Backlash is what 3 weeks. So I
No,
mean
yeah, it is in
that'd be
3
like
weeks.
that'd be a quick turnaround for him to for us to build a storyline up for somebody to fight him that's not Gunther. So Jey
Yeah,
Uso might get some couple weeks off, man. But hey Jay, like hey. We got Cena Orton, we got Rollins, like
yeah, man,
Roman
going on.
Reigns, CM Punk.
Yeah, I think I actually agree with you on that. They might let him inside, or he might defend it like one time, like during on a
Like
Monday Night
Raw.
Raw. Yeah,
Yeah.
little
Which is also
and
that would just go to our points about how the writers feel about him if he's defending title on Raw.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And and we talked about it briefly, but like Sami Zayn, maybe the angle at Sami Zayn and him going at it, Sami doing a heel turn. I think that would be probably really, really good. Like, just one day it really would have been good if they would have set it up now. Honestly, like during that celebration, like Sami turned on them. And honestly, I was like, it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And then
But
I was like, it should happen though. It should happen, and I'd keep my eye out for that because I think that could be actual entertaining storyline, and a storyline that either one of them can come on top of, and it makes sense.
if Sammy beat Jay though, would Sammy get over again? 'Cause I think Sammy just so like every time Sammy comes out, everybody goes crazy.
No, yeah, he's over for
So,
sure. I don't, and it'd be different because obviously a heel turn like that would be, I feel like would be pretty surprising. So it really just depend on
maybe how he did it.
how he
Yeah.
did it and how the fans react. Like I said, it's kind of when you turn heel, when you turn babyface heel or heel babyface, it's always a risk. Like, obviously we have John Cena turning babyface. I mean,
Turning it.
John
I know
Cena
what you mean.
turning
Turning
heel,
heel. Yeah.
but yeah, it's always a risk.
Is anybody else that's over right now that we may have mentioned? We may forget. Like that, like Dom. The Dom love is very
Yeah, I
them
think
like
it's well
him
deserved.
leaving
I
the
think it's
ring,
well
coming
deserved.
back, and then celebrating the title again. I was like, whoa.
Yo, nah, I definitely think that was well deserved. I think Dom is a fantastic wrestler. I think he's entertaining. I think he's great on the mic. He plays the crowd very well.
He
You
plays the
know,
crowd
like
excellent. He plays it
like
excellent.
it's been a while since I've seen a guy get hated that bad. like how Randy Orton, Edge, like how they used to get booed, man. They used to boo him, and like that's the type of energy that Dom has. So like if he keeps being this heel, I don't want him to turn babyface. Like I feel like people were cheering him when he won, but I just think it was out of respect. Like this guy, he deserved
Respect
it.
for the man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I think they'll continue to boo him. Like obviously not seriously, like you suck, boo. Obviously, we know with WWE, how it is. It's just like he's heel. I feel like he can become a very, very, very top heel, but it's like I low key don't like how the storyline is going with the
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. I don't think I like unless like Finn goes babyface and like I don't know that whole thing with how it turned and how Liv Morgan and it's just weird to me. I don't know. It don't make a whole lot of sense to me. But maybe it will make more sense later. Maybe it's something. Maybe this is a character development thing. Maybe it's something building. But it's not making sense to me right now, honestly.
Before we get to the last segment, I just want to say, just to pull the curtain back. So, Melica and I we were talking about people. We were talking about how deep the WWE roster is right now, and we didn't actually even mention them, but you just brought up the Judgment Day. When they introduced Finn Balor to WWE, like to Raw and SmackDown, it was almost like this dude's gonna be like the AJ Styles of the WWE. Like this dude's
Yeah.
he's ripped, he's athletic, he can fly, like a legitimate fly. You know what I'm saying? And
No. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just feel like
He
Finn
was nice
Balor
before
kind
his
of
injury.
getting pushed down. I don't know. I feel like there's an alternate timeline where Finn Balor was much bigger than what he is now. Like I know he had got hurt and he was like kind of shelled for a year, but I feel like since he got
Yeah.
back from that injury, he hasn't really been what he was before he was in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, not for sure. I just don't think they know what to do with him. Honestly, like I think this Judgment Day thing, and putting him in there was a good push. I just feel like it's now
It
like
may have ran the
overplayed.
course. Yeah,
Yeah,
it ran
it's
the
ran its
course.
course exactly, and like I feel like it was a good stepping stone to get him back to that level. Like I said before his injury, I feel like if he never got hurt, he probably would still been even now being pushed very heavily, or at least like kind of in that Seth Rollins kind of area because I think he still puts on amazing matches. Like he's a great
Yeah,
wrestler,
exactly.
fun to watch, but it, but But like I said, I just feel like that the just Judgment Day thing is just being overplayed right now, and I just feel like unless this story you know has him separate himself, I don't see a long future with the WWE for Finn Balor for his own best interest. I feel like if Finn Balor went to AEW, like I feel like they would
He
use
probably be
him
the guy. Yeah, he
a
probably be
lot
the guy.
better. Yeah,
Because right now is I don't want to. I'm not saying it's a definitive crossroads, but let's just say if Dom beats Finn, because obviously they're gonna fight at some point. If
yeah,
Dom beats him, and then if that's his peak of 2025 is losing twice for the Intercontinental Championship, it's like what do we do wrong with Finn Balor? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, but then if he beats Dom off rip, it's like what was the point of building up Dom and just gonna lose championship and then just
No,
get back
yeah,
in the Judgment Day? So I don't
yeah.
know. Like the
Dom
smart
definitely
the
should have a
financial
run.
play is to keep building up Dom, but Finn Balor's just too talented just to be just getting old every week. Just to put it out
Yeah,
like without saying it better words.
yeah. And like I said, a storyline could be developing that's going to put him out of Judgment Day, and hopefully in the future he get another opportunity. But it's just it wouldn't make sense to have Finn lose to Dom. Um, but it's like if Finn beats Dom, I feel like it low key will be a turn where Dom could be babyface, starting to turn like I remember when Damian Priest kind of went on that world championship run and he kind of like turned babyface, but I feel like it was like a natural turn. Like it was like people were just like happy for him and it's like they couldn't help but just start
Cheer
cheering
for
him.
him. Yeah.
And then, it kind of turned into a babyface with him going up against Gunther. Uh, I feel like it was a good turn though. I genuinely think that was a good turn. That's another guy, Damian Priest, I like a lot, but I don't know where his story is going to be going. He's on
Because
SmackDown
now they got him
now.
fighting McIntyre. I'm like, what is this? Like
Yeah,
McIntyre's just mad at the world. I'm like, he's gonna be mad forever. Like,
yeah.
has bro ever did anything that was his fault, or just like everybody else's fault, man? But
No, yeah, I feel like that's he got he got the crybaby cheese kind of like storyline going on right now. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like because there's always these things like we don't know until like after, like I've seen like stuff like they talk about receipts and stuff, like if you do something backstage it's like you'll get punishments and the punishment might be a storyline or it might be like a way that you have to be forced now to be portrayed, and I feel like something might have happened with Drew McIntyre where it's like he's getting it because he should be a world champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's just like he always be in these situations where he just, like you said, just seems like he's complaining about everything. It's like, I don't know. It just, like you said, like even with Finn, I feel like it's a bit of a waste.
you think it's a waste of Drew McIntyre right now?
Yeah,
I think
currently.
well,
I think the CM Punk, whenever it was him and CM Punk, I think that was good. Like, that was money. But like, after that, I can't remember who he fought after that. Then it was like the Royal Rumble. Oh yeah, then it was Damian Priest. Like, he's getting to his feud with Damian Priest. Yeah.
I'm with
I
you
don't know.
with McIntyre being underutilized, but I guess I'll flip the question on you in terms of whose spot should he take right now that's main eventing. And don't kill Jey Uso, please don't kill Jey Uso. Like kill somebody who's actually getting like the main event matches and main event time slots. Because me personally, I don't want to see him more than I see Rollins. Like it's weird. I started to appreciate Rollins more, if that makes sense. And then
Yeah.
I don't think we would see McIntyre. You and I might want to see McIntyre more than Rose, but WWE Universe they rock with Rose more than they rock with McIntyre.
Yeah.
So I
Quite
guess
frankly,
that's the question.
I
Like
don't think there's
if
any.
McIntyre's the man, then whose spot is he taking?
Yeah, that's tough. I don't think there's really a spot for him to take.
Yeah, that's what
For
I'm
real.
saying, bro. He's just the time.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I don't know if my camera went off there, but yeah, I just feel like um, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't think there's anyone he could really. Dang, I guess that is tough. I mean, and it's like
Like
you don't really
for him
want
to
him
be
to
the
be a
main
mid
event, like
card.
there has to be a spot for him.
Yeah, I feel like and you don't want him to be a mid card.
He's too
Like,
good to be a mid card.
yeah, but I don't know. Dang, I don't know where he could be at. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because it's like, who? All right, so if he main event, who's gonna be beefing with? Because I no disrespect to McIntyre, but I don't want to see John Cena last year. like feuding with McIntyre. It's like that's just
Yeah,
weird. But
yeah, especially him being a heel. I just don't think it makes sense.
yeah, it's just I don't know. But we'll get into the fun part. We'll see where this goes. Cause I feel like we might have one of the same people, maybe two. I think one of my guys gonna surprise you, but we'll get into our favorite wrestlers of all time, anytime era. Um, I'm gonna use eras I watched, of course, but I mean, if you want to bust out some like Ultimate Warrior, I'm not gonna judge you. But
Shoot.
I got four names, so I'm gonna let you go. Do you want to go back and forth, or you just want to name your all five at once?
Um, I'll do my all five. Uh, no, do back and forth. I'll do back and forth.
All right, so who's you? Who you
So
got your
number,
most favorite gonna do like, or this is number five?
I'll do my most favorite. I'd say one definitely be Shawn Michaels. For me, for sure, he's my goat. I think he's put some of the best. I think he's just one of the best performers of all time, and he was great on mic too.
Heartbreak Kid, Mr. WrestleMania.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
dude was he was amazing, and I was watching the I love watching the old documentaries on like older guys. I mean, obviously we watch Shawn Michaels, but when Shawn Michaels pre back injury, monster,
Yeah,
problem. Like, dude was a
facts.
problem. Like he, if you ask people like two generations above us, problem. And like that man, like this isn't related, but he was getting all the women. Like he was just
Yes, sir.
the fact he was over with WWE fans, and he was just over with like just regular people. You know what I'm saying? But
Nah, facts.
all right. Well, you saw Shawn Michaels. I'm gonna be a homer. I met this man in person, Jeff Hardy. I'm a big Jeff Hardy guy. I mean, granted, we know Jeff Hardy has demons. He still might have some demons, but small time bomb.
For
I mean,
sure.
we used to wrestle with people in our neighborhood. Like Jeff Hardy, man, he's just a cool dude. Like he's just good vibes,
Nah, for sure.
entertaining, dangerous. Like he just have
Yeah,
Jeff Hardy, man. He makes me smile, man.
for sure. I think number two, I'd have to go with Jeff Hardy as well. Um, I think
Respectable.
I think he has a kind of a similar style of as Shawn Michaels in terms of performing. I think he had like has an art to wrestling, and unfortunately, he definitely did have a lot of like backstage stuff and out of wrestling stuff, that held him back. But he definitely a go for sure. He top five, top two for me.
Also for the audience too, like us, this is obviously the 910 Voice podcast. Malachi and I's from the 910. Jeff
Yes,
Hardy's from the
sir. Jeff
910. So we're
Hardy
gonna be
is
we're gonna
a
be we're gonna be biased. We're gonna be
little
biased for the
biased,
910 podcast, man. This is what we do.
a little biased
Um
for sure.
my number two, growing up, I used to love when this dude came out. His music kicks off. He comes out. He slaps his thighs. Machine gun entrance. Dave Batista.
Yeah, I
Oh,
already know
oh
it,
five Batista, bro.
bro. Yeah, nah, he was different for sure. I definitely think Batista's one like definitely an underrated, world champion. That early ruthless aggression era. He definitely was a top guy. Him and John Cena had some battles over the years.
Yeah. Like excellent when he turned on Triple H and Evolution because they was like pause it real quick. That's in the pod, folks.